around station 1 plus 65 or 70. Actually, some of that is approaching medium severity, but in general it's less than a 1/4 inch widths. Again, this is the control section where we're going to try to keep maintenance off of here except for emergency reasons throughout the monitoring period. Notice the trucks going back north are generally unloaded. Pick up our crack again here, and this one looks like it is formed in a gouge mark which may have started a weakened plane going. But again, this cracking is not continuous throughout here. I've seen perhaps 50, 60 linear feet of it up to this point. And we're at station 3 in the test section. I have a full range of traffic control out here, so I'm a little bit hesitant just to step out there in the lane and start showing something, even though the traffic in terms of volume is very light this morning. There is a little bit of cracking, but it's even less so in the inside lane, in the inside wheel path, than it is here in the outside wheel path. Coming up on station 4, and I've seen about 70 linear feet of cracking, and then here we pick up some more just before we reach the station. But again, it's in its infant stages here. This ought to be a good project to use for this experiment, because this seems pretty typical of the other test sections as well, where we have small places within there where there is some cracking and others where there isn't. In the last station, the last 100 feet of the test section right now. Very little in the way of raveling on this as compared to what we saw yesterday. And now we're at the end of the first test section, which is 01B340. This is the control section for SPS3. We are north of the GPS test section. The remainder of our sections are all south of us. We've drilled upstream from 01B340, which is the control section. We're up about 1,100 feet north of the beginning of the GPS test section. What we're going to do is we're going to drill 4 cores, and we're down on the one that's furthest away from the GPS section. We'll go ahead and auger through into the subgrade. But since the GPS section has been sampled not only for verification but as part of the sampling and material sampling for Sharp for the future testing, didn't feel there was a need to go through and do that in all the locations. Right here we've got a total of about 7 7/8 inches of asphalt concrete, about 1 inch of it is the wearing layer, and then followed by a binder and a base layer here. The binder's around 3 inches thick, and the base is about 3 5/8 inches thick. Total, we'll call that 7 7/8. Taken about 400 feet upstream from test section 01B310, which is a thin overlay. It's taken right at where we'll begin the thin overlay, and we see somewhat of a difference here in the thickness of the core. We've got about 7.1 inches here of asphalt concrete. About 1 1/10 inches of that is the wearing, 2.9 inches of the binder, and then about 3.1 of the base. About 3/4 inch total less than what we had on the first core, and you can step back